Anthony Richardson's rookie season has come to an early halt because of a shoulder injury that is going to require surgery. And in my last video, the knowledge that we had was that he was going to be placed on IR. Gardner Minshew was going to be the quarterback going forward, but now we know that Anthony Richardson is likely out for the season. And in this video, we're going to look at how Gardner Minshew may not be as good as Colts fans, me being one of those, propped him up to be because of the success that he had in previous weeks. So let's look at the previous game that the Colts played against the Jaguars. The Indianapolis Colts lost this game 20-37. Gardner Minshew went 33 for 55, 329 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. And that initial drive looked like the Colts were going to finally get a win in Jacksonville. They didn't get a touchdown, but they were able to drive the ball effectively down the field in order to put up 3. And this is about as good as it's going to get for the Colts. The Jaguars soon score to start out the second quarter with a 2-yard run by Travis Etienne, and soon after that he said that he's not done yet, and he goes on to score from a 22-yard run, and that put the Colts down 14-3. And this is very odd though, because overall I think the Colts did a decent job at containing Travis Etienne. He only had 18 carries for 55 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns, so he got it done when it actually mattered. And now let's fast forward, because if you thought that 2 touchdowns by Jacksonville wasn't bad enough, and now we have Gardner Minshew here dropping back the pass, and he throws an interception, a really bad interception. I don't know what was read or what was said before this play, but we need to try that again and do it in a different way, because that was a bad interception. And this would directly lead to Christian Kirk getting a touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence, and now the Jaguars are up 21-3. The Colts do get a late field goal before halftime in order to cut that lead to 6-21. But in this league, you know, if you're getting field goals and not touchdowns, it can get ugly very quickly. And now we're in the third quarter. The Colts do absolutely nothing in this quarter. Gardner Minshew throws his second interception, which looked to be tipped maybe, but I cannot tell. Then later on, the Jacksonville Jaguars get a field goal to make their lead 24-6. Colts continue to do absolutely nothing, as I stated previously. And at the 3:51 mark, Trevor Lawrence throws another touchdown pass to make it 6-31. And so to start the fourth quarter, Gardner Minshew finally throws a touchdown pass to Josh Downs, and I really do like Josh Downs. I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far this season, as I stated in my previous video. But let's fast forward and continue throughout the fourth quarter. Trevor Lawrence does his best Gardner Minshew impression by throwing an interception, and this gave the Indianapolis Colts just a little bit of hope. Later on in the quarter, Zach Moss gets a 3-yard run. With these 2 touchdowns combined, the score is now 20-31. And oh no, I didn't forget. I know Gardner Minshew threw another interception at the 11-minute mark, but I don't know if it really would have mattered if that pass was completed or not. The score would have been like 27-37 still. It was just so much ground that the Colts had to make up in that fourth quarter. I don't necessarily believe the Jaguars would have gave that lead up. The Jaguars go on to hit a 49 and a 51-yard field goal, and the ending score is 20-37. Now let's look at the Indianapolis Colts current situation. How is the rest of the season going to look for a Colts team whose starting QB is now potentially out for the season, and we have Gardner Minshew? I do like Gardner Minshew as a backup. I think he can do excellent things, but a lot of teams in the NFL have said that Gardner Minshew is simply a backup QB, no more, no less. A great backup QB, but he's not going to take you anywhere, as I have stated before. Looking at the Indianapolis Colts schedule, the Browns, the Saints, the Panthers, the Patriots, the Buccaneers, Titans, Bengals, Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, and Texans. I think the Colts honestly have one of the easiest schedules going forward, which is honestly a reason to be a little bit disappointed, because the opportunity there this season to get some experience, make the playoff, potentially win the division, all of that is potentially gone now. Can Minshew do some things, get hot? I think he can, but for us to say that we believe that it will happen would be ignorant. We have a quarterback in his rookie year who is now out for the season, and next year he's going to come back. He can get better mentally. He can get better at reading what a defense is doing. But for a guy who is honestly lacking reps, and I think need plenty of those in order to improve as a QB, missing the entire season is not necessarily going to help his progression. Yes, sitting back, watching, seeing what to do, what not to do, knowing that mentally is one thing. but it's an entirely different thing to actually go out there on the field and perform that. Especially when now, being somebody who has been injured, we're going to have to see how he comes back from that, because a lot of people who tend to get injured in that way tend to change the way that they play, and that tend to lead to them thinking too much, and so they don't reach their full potential because of it. Again, RG3 injured, and what happened? He changed the way that he played, was never the same. And with all that being said, I'm not particularly excited for the rest of the season as much as I was going into the season, because now it seems like we're doing the same thing over and over and over again. We have a QB who is not necessarily a QB1, who is more than likely going to finish the season. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. How do you feel about this entire situation? Do you believe that Anthony Richardson is going to be the guy going forward? Do you think this injury will take him back some? I honestly think that he will come back from this. I just hope the confidence is there and his mind is not shadowed by his injury history, and that brings his play down. That's my only fear at this moment. But I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.